We're fast approaching the end of the year, and our attempt to score support from a total of 700 kind souls on my Patreon, linked below. Check it out, any amount is a huge help. See you there. We give so much props, and rightly so, to some of the belters out there, like All Might in Season 3 with United States of Smash, but this here is right up there as well, to be honest. It's only right that during their larger battle, they now begin to meet foes who are best suited to fighting them, thus giving a larger challenge whilst Luffy fights the big boss. I love watching her in action like this. Robin's still being in the anime. Oda coming up with the idea of teaming Nami and Robin together here is such a legendary move. Also though, Nami's still being in the anime too. Been saying it a while, but I'm still genuinely shocked at the action set pieces Toei decided to include, like this one, that require extra frames and end up looking tight. Firstly, him near enough losing his voice yelling this. Secondly, it's Luffy not hearing it and immediately jumping to his feet inspired. It's so good the moment he can see that it's Usopp there with him right now. He may have just got done saying he didn't come here to see his face and he only came to save Robin, but it's totally not stopping him from risking his life to save Luffy here. Trust Usopp to quickly hone in on a great insult that seriously angered him here. Equally as smart as what he did in the last win, he's using this as a way to bring Luffy back into the fight before all is lost up there. Like, if Luffy fails, they all fail right now. Really glad we got to actually physically see something proving his emotion here towards seeing Luffy in such a bad state. Luffy? Oh yes! Getting to see our boy finding his way back onto his feet, luckily using that small amount of time given to him by Usopp. A piece of voice acting greatness that cannot walk away with just a single win. No way. Not sure I've ever winned so many instances of equal strength, as though it's a big deal, but it really feels like it is in this one fight, and here Luffy is matching him again. It's a comedy bit, but it's a very good comedy bit. Feels like a good example of Nami getting better at using it, since it totally missed her and Robin, yet earlier on when she used it at the train, it hit basically everyone. The most calm he's ever said this. Chopper being the most adorable thing in the universe? Animation that really feels as though it was done to compliment the fact that he is rubber. Just really got to me for some reason. It's such a classic Usopp thing to think in this situation. Said this before, but the fact that they're fighting tougher and tougher foes is brilliant, I think, as it ramps up the tension to end the arc, and here's now a fruit user. Not only is Zoro fighting his own battle, but he helped Usopp at the end of the last video, and now is helping Frankie when he needs it too. Is there anything he cannot do? Needless to say, that was extremely unexpected. I really hope that wasn't one of his best swords. Destroyed just like that? What a power! Damn, so even just trying to cut him will cause it to rust away. Color me even more shocked than I already was. He's turning his body to rust! I'm pretty sure it's the first time Usopp has ever stepped in to save Zoro. This is huge, and thank goodness that he did it too. That's gotta be a new attack, right? It fires so quick you'd think he's not making physical contact. Just when Luffy is doing well, he pulls out something like this. And worst of all is it being a direct 100% hit with his most powerful version of it. I don't even care if he falls over a second from now. The fact that he remained standing here proves how tough Luffy is. One of the greatest moments in One Piece there, and I dare say into future episodes too. Even got me emotional, especially adding Robin in there. Perfect animation and sound, so great. I was gonna stick that with the last, but no. That damage animation is insane and gets its own. So good though. He's finally defeated. It took every single thing that Luffy had to do it as well. Easily the most powerful foe to date. Absolutely incredible. With that music and seeing Usopp like that, it just made me instantly tear up. So that's worth max wins, I think. Still going with the tears. He said we're all going back together and then yelled her name. And the animation on the turn was amazing too. Max wins again. I can't not do it. Brilliant end to a brilliant episode. That big happy smile. One of the greatest episodes yet for me. Makes me so happy and borderline emotional seeing him like this. Oh, way to make me feel bad for the guy via his cute little pigeon trying to bandage him up. The voice actress is so damn talented. He literally sounds like he's struggling to breathe, and that's all her work. Like I said before, I knew they had to be okay, but just hearing their voices suddenly, oh my god, it made me so happy. And then seeing them all, knowing it was Paulie, who saved everyone with his insane rope skills, and hearing that music only made it all the better too. That's totally an Oda move to let us know that those lovely giant animal friends of ours and Choppers are still alive too. How she did that attack whilst looking so confident and relaxed and happy for the first time in ages now. Just when all seems happy-go-lucky, we're brought back into the thick of it as it's revealed that they really have to get out of there right now, and sadly, Luffy is badly hurt. How the Navy aren't morons and have understood their entire plan now by this point, and are thus trying to counter it. They took the win from 2 back and dialed it up by a factor of 10, and you start to become genuinely concerned for Luffy and his health here for the first time. Nami being really smart and thinking outside of the box as she so often does. Massive plot twist! Isn't Chopper and the other 3 still on that ship? And it's their escape route. They took the win again, now from 2 back, and dialed it up again. I am smiling so widely you have no idea. I somehow completely forgot about Sanji with everything that was going on, and hell yeah, what a great twist! The Navy are insane. Like, they'll try and look after their own, like when they loaded them onto the ship before, but here they're crazy, just firing on their own people to get them. Oda only went and created the ultimate JoJo situation. Like, I haven't a single clue how they're gonna get out of this one. At least, instead of just saying it, she was basically testing her ability to try and see if it would work. Amazing hearing all of them yelling for him to stand up. Even that's got me a little emotional. What an incredibly strange feeling all of a sudden. Like, I have an idea of what's happening, but it can't be. Could it be the Going Merry somehow? Robin not questioning him and just saying will do is amazing here. Oh my goodness, I think I may be right. Could it be? Getting emotional yet again, thinking I'm going to see the ship in a moment from now, seeing her ability at work like this. Oh, yeah, it is what I thought and didn't dare hope it could be. I haven't cried this much since To Your Eternity, I don't think. Wow, that's something I'm not going to forget. Max wins. And you know what? Take Max wins again for the ending there too. Oh. My guess is that it's doing one more big thing. The spirit of the ship, I mean. Returning the love that they as a crew showed it, and it's going to help them escape here. That merry moment from Usopp made me laugh harder than they probably ever thought it would. Sanji being annoyed in the background at Frankie catching Robin, but more importantly, everyone now safely back on the ship for the first time since they arrived in Water 7. After a little prompt from Zoro, she flies right into giving orders once again. Oh, how I missed it!
Luffy,
hearing her say thank you, which, to be honest, she didn't even have to do, but it's still a lovely and wholesome scene because of it. For context, Zoro said, save stupid stuff like that for after we get away, and he's instantly attacked. By not only the normal Sanji, but also Chopper. Oh, the first time he's done something that might now not be forgiven. In this case, going against Dio's orders and having the ship target Robin against his will. I don't know what's going on and how they missed, but all I know is I'm McDonald's in it. Oh, that is so clever of Oda to come up with that. I mean, there's literally nothing better that could have been written at this point, I don't think. Amazing. Animating multiple characters all moving within one scene like it's no big deal. As it turns out, it could be written even better than it already was, as it's revealed that this is the result of what Sanji was doing. Zoro continuously being sick. Sanji being as sick as Zoro just was. You totally guessed it, Robin and Frankie both being sick as everyone else is and are now needing hospital treatment. Ah, hell yes, why not? Let's involve Usopp in it too. Such a good way for Luffy to be involved indirectly, as it were, by them using him, rather than all of a sudden he's 100% back to normal and fighting. Whilst everyone is fighting, it only makes sense to give praise to Nami for doing what only she can do best and helping to get them through the danger. She's amazing as well. I'm gonna win Chopper too. He may not be helping on deck or navigating, but he's using his strength to do the steering alone, so they can all do that, and that's awesome. Getting to see Robin taking revenge beyond the slapping and other smaller attacks. That is far and above what I thought she would do, and you know what? I'm damn proud of her. I thought she'd suddenly forgive him or whatever, but no, she got her true revenge. Max wins for it. Frankie doing his first thing to actually aid the ship, other than protecting it from cannibals, I mean, and it's a great one. I tell ya, their teamwork is cracking good. Taking flight to quickly get away, and now they can't see the targets. Love it. At the same time, I also love the realism that they continue to fire in what they think is the general direction, which only makes sense. I know I already said it's my favourite arc yet, but it really is, and things like this only serve to further solidify that feeling in me as I see them making their own escape too. My boy Dio still being in the anime. My word, I cannot wait to see more of him down the road for numerous reasons. Hearing some real love being directed towards the Merry from Luffy totally warmed my heart. Feels like such a grand ending to that outstanding arc for Luffy to put a stamp on here. Chopper in some scenes clinging to Luffy and in others holding up Luffy. They walked right by him. Zoro just making the most sense ever. Did she fall over into some attractive source at the end of the last episode or what? These guys coming back into the story is absolutely my favourite thing to happen right here. It also makes perfect sense too. And trust Oda to remember this little guy and have brought him along too. Two wins. Firstly, I had a sad feeling that this might happen, that the ship took them just as far as it possibly could before finally giving in. And as sad as I am, I can't ignore those excellent damage effects either. Oh, it just makes it so much more sad. But again, as sad as it is, these feelings are real. No one is immediately over things. Especially after Mary saved them, of course. Finding out the Mary didn't just suddenly come to rescue them, but that it was heavily aided beforehand by the best shipwright around, Iceberg. For me, the scene meant even more when you consider how hurt he was before all this. It wrecks my soul, this does. He worked on it, not fully convinced he had really even heard a voice, but he still did it anyway. Dropping it, another max wins. I can't believe how much he made me feel for a ship, but it's not just a ship. It's a member of the crew, and one that now had to bow out. He did amazingly well. Really nicely done rotating shot. Beautiful goodbye to their friend and fellow member of the Straw Hats. It killed me, but it's still beautiful and perfect. Oh man, I can't believe how much it got to me. Whew. I'm making this a double back-to-back max wins for a final farewell as everyone goes through their memories of times they spent on the Going Merry with huge life events happening. Goodbye. Usopp said he wasn't going to cry. Seems in the end he was as strong as myself. That Luffy would think to bring this up at the end, as he says, I'm the one who is sorry. Even just those words mean a lot to me, but using that music to hurt me even more is just cruel. The Going Merry's final kind, loving words and their sorrow-filled reactions should get one more. Cannot tell you how happy I am to be heading back to Water 7, even if only for a short period of time, because I love this place. Animating a whole bunch of characters there that they really didn't have to. And then doing another bunch from a distance too. I also really enjoy seeing all the city life. How this happened like over 200 episodes ago, and yet because of the way the anime plays out, it feels like not all that long ago. So yeah, Oda tying it into now is fantastic, I think. Absolutely grade A classic Oda move to show the place being rebuilt now. Man, I adore how he does that all the time. Paulie and the crew are still in the anime, thank God, and they're on their way to help speed along repairs. He even went so far as to show the Frankie family house being repaired. Not only do we hear that these big boys are going to be alright once rested and healed up, but these two giant legends are helping to repair as well. Really made me happy to see Usopp smiling and happy himself hanging out with them. He was too big to fit through the door, but it's nice to see him being a part of things like this still. Luffy got a brand new skill! Unexpected art style change! Glad she got these back. She deserved for them to survive the flood and still be able to keep them close. Oh, I totally forgot. Take a quick double wins for everyone wearing new clothing. Although I'm really gonna miss Robin's. One of the cutest moments in the last 50 episodes. Clearly Sanji told him don't take your eyes off of her, and too long to show, but just prior he mentioned checking on the Frankie family's injuries too. In the past I'd have been like, this guy again, and now, all these many episodes later, I'm like, hey, it's Frankie! It's a classic Frankie entrance! I'm so happy! Does this mean that people maybe returned to live on the island where Robin was born on? Because the tree refused to give in and gave life back to the island? If so, what a story this is! I cannot properly express how much I love this story as a whole. Now Frankie's character arc has come around, with him pledging to not only build a great ship, and he wants them to use it. Insane to me that Zoro is so constant. He fought the whole time recently, and yet still is out on patrol and first to bring in some bad news. Also though, not running to tell people the bad news on the spot. The intense music cuts out. As it's revealed, he ran in the wrong direction. So stupid. Heck of an entrance there, and I very much recall this dude from a solid, 200 episodes ago during a filler where he had the lad from an early episode with the glasses and the other with him. Senshi from Delicious in Dungeon. He's the man who teaches them all about making food out of monsters in that awesome anime. Love that these three step in his path right away to protect a sleeping and still likely injured to some extent Luffy. This dude being so insanely fast. I totally didn't expect this. Well, needless to say, that is absolutely shocking. His grandfather is a vice admiral. I am shocked. This wasn't revealed during that filler episode, right? I'm not crazy. I know it's not the nicest thing to win if it's true, but I really enjoy learning more about Luffy's backstory as it does come about so rarely. The girls in the back there. Reusing the same animation and sound effect for all three things he did to Luffy as a kid. Had to cut it a little there so it wasn't too long, but definitely have one for the reveal that he wanted him to become a Marine, which, knowing Luffy, seems so alien to who he is. Seeing Luffy revert back to a childlike state after being grabbed by his grandpa, as funny as it is, it also highlighted for me his respect for family and his fun nature in general. I love Chopper immediately revealing the news that Luffy has been captured by the Navy just because he grabbed him by the collar. stupid.
今や星の数ほどおる海賊たちかの白ひげに並ぶ4人の大海賊の一人じゃ
Oda really stepping up now to build on the pirate side of the lore, telling us that Shanks is one of the 4 top pirates in the world right now. Man, I love how they spread out the lore. And as if it wasn't good enough already, we're told of opposing huge sides. Those 4 big pirates versus the Navy and the Warlords, pirates who help the Navy. This is so huge. Nice to also get a reminder of how much Shanks means to him, and of course this hat, which could be lost in all the recent greatness going down. Not gonna lie, it was great to see 2 very powerful people not just randomly be beaten by these 2 who we very much know thanks to the filler and the hair colour is our old buddy and his mate. Also take another for Luffy not at all being taken by surprise by Shave, since he's seen it used hundreds of times over the past week.
Kody desu! 覚えてませんか? ありがとうございました! このご恩は決して忘れません!
I'm giving them a win for it here anyway. Obviously, I kind of weirdly spoiled myself somehow by really remembering the filler. Otherwise, it would have been a massive shock. So take that win.
Then, Kieran!
Dropping one here for the Amazing Memories 2. I can't believe to this day, October 2nd, 2024 as of writing, that I've been covering this amazing series just shy of 1 entire year.
Kody desu!
Just had to include that reaction.
ま、100歩譲ってな。
He can take one as well for coming so far, but also how Oda clearly aged them nicely. The very best reaction towards him as well. I enjoyed that. He said, you and I are now enemies, but are we still? Yeah, we're still friends. Can't tell you how often it happens in anime where damage is caused and they just move on to the next scene. Love it how here, not only are they repairing the city, but also a wall he broke. Also though, his very Luffy-ish reason for why he broke in through the wall in the first place, because it was cooler that way. He comes across like such a great character when you consider that he could have said no to their request to help repair it, but he does it anyway. No word of a lie, I was literally thinking about that guy like 2 days ago. The dude in the raincoat who helped him. I was like, that was nearly 200 episodes ago and we haven't seen him since. Wow! So awesome! I just spoke about wanting to know more of Luffy's history, and here is an absolutely tasty as hell lore drop about it.
革命家ドラゴンに息子がいたのかバカお前ドラゴンの名前を知らねえのかあんたのお父さんでもない男よ
Just seeing this set of insanely shocked reactions has me so excited because clearly he is really strong and equally well known in the world, and our boy Luffy is his son, who he saved once. Genuinely including that because that ribbon melted my heart.
それが革命軍。その頂点に立つ男がドラゴンよ。
Beautiful Robin filling us in on why this is mainly such a big deal, because he's leading an effort to topple the world government, which is huge.
あ、これやっぱ言っちゃまずかったかの。いや、今のなし。
Just like Luffy, he's so incredibly casual about everything, even whilst everyone is shocked to their very core. Just had to include the notion of almost the entire city being shocked by what he just said. This ending to the episode. Blown away I am. Also, such a solid location to end the video. Join me next Saturday for the big part 50. Feels huge to finally reach there. See you then. Check out Patreon. Darth Weirdo, Fidji, Mauliao, Mushwin, Nick Wyndham, The Elementator Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orkeeper, Odobotanisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brendan Greer, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christopher Terrasa, Commander Cyrus, David Freriks, Devicool, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Guru, James DeFoyer, Your Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroik, Miora Night Sky, Mr.Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Robert Jackson, Ruby Rose, Sataki Ari, Zions 44, Sean, Starkip, Tiger Lily Warrior, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Anador, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante Sol, Dante's Face, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Donald Newborn, Dragon Defender, Dragon Boy 1, Drake's Daughter, Iso, Francie, FuriousMoe, Garrett Vermeesh, Henrik Jessen, Host Losritter, Israel Caldera, Joe Crims, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Kody Niemeier, Kai 158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gagati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Luis Minito, Marvin, Mason Stelfer, Matthew Blancet, Michael Lewis, Mihran Ardjian, Modavirum, Mr. Firecool, Nathaniel Gigremosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Nuvagown 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, OliveWharf, Onyx Calif, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Porgy, That's a Fish, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Rimuru, Rodies, Roll Tide Wes, Ryan DeViri, Sadaholic, Sakomi Arorim, Sarcastic Truth, Shadow Cleanser, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Thrasher 340, Tomo Sandy, Vernon Hogan, Wacky Normal, Will Sass, Willyman.